Hey there, retro game enthusiasts. It's Wednesday, March 8th. Happy Retro Video Game Day! Today we're going to touch on a topic many retro game collectors may not even know about, the Majesco re-released games from 25 years ago. Majesco Sales was started in the late 80s for acquiring games for publication. In the late 90s, Majesco Sales began re-releasing Super Nintendo and Genesis titles for a budget price. Let me be clear. These were re-releases, not reproductions. Original publishers gave permission for these printings. That being said, let's take a look at the differences Majesco Sales made from the original printings. First up, the Super Nintendo. At first glance, it might not be apparently obvious if your SNES title is a Majesco re-release. Both came in traditional Super Nintendo cardboard boxes, but on the back of the Majesco box, it will say, Assembled in Mexico. Looking at the front of the cart, you'll notice it doesn't say Made in Japan, but rather, like the box, it says, Assembled in Mexico. Flipping the cart over, in place of the warning sticker, the warning will be molded into the plastic. Inside the cartridge, looking at the ROM chip, the label says, Majesco Sales. Kind of a dead giveaway your board is a Majesco re-release. One more thing comes in the box, that's the manual. Original release manuals will be in full color, where the Majesco re-release will be in black and white. This was done to cut cost and keep the price point of the product low. Next up, the Sega Genesis. Unlike its SNES counterpart, it is abundantly clear you probably have a re-release title. The Sega Genesis came in hard plastic clamshells. The Majesco re-releases, like the Super Nintendo, came in cardboard. Just like the SNES, the manuals were in black and white. The inner tray would always be bright red in color. The front of the cartridge for the original printings and the re-releases are a little more difficult to tell the differences. Let's flip the cart over. There it is, Assembled in Mexico. Just like the Super Nintendo, the board inside the cartridge, on the ROM chip, the label says Majesco Sales. Something else you might notice is that there are pins missing. This was again a way to cut back on costs, only using the pins needed to run the game. That about wraps it up for us today. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and from all of us at Retro Takeout, happy National Retro Video Game Day.